What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Start playing here. We'll say hi. What's up? Let's get this shit started. We did that. Alright, so there isn't much to say. Hit the like, share, subscribe, follow buttons. Got a lot of other stuff to do. Lots of side missions. So I'm gonna do those first. Try to complete all those first before I go any further. Even the ones that are in the backlog. It's a goofy lady, anyways. Yeah, man, it's really sad watching people pretty much just give up. I don't mean this in any kind of like, well, it kind of is life or death, but I don't mean this in any kind of like instant life or death kind of thing. I mean in a general sense of like, people really hate themselves enough to let other people kill them, and it's kind of sad. And you can see it's not going on. That's what's going on, especially with the right now. I actually don't even want to be associated with today's right. Mostly because everything they're doing right now is useless and worthless. And to be completely fucking honest, from what I can tell, all the ones that are public facing just want you killed by the left. So I literally don't want any associating with it, any association with the right at all. They want you like dead for whatever reason. I don't get why. I don't know what any of us did, but wait, what was I supposed to be doing? Was that it? Oh. Where are they? I don't really want to do that. Do you have to fight with a frou-frou, though? Like, do I have to fight with a frou-frou? And we'll come back to that one, because that one's silly as shit. I know, the frou-frou is the frou-frou thing, right? Let me go check this out. But yeah, man, it's really sad to see a section of the population essentially just give up and be like, oh, well, we're just going to talk to them. I hate to tell anyone this who's on the right or even like a normal liberal, just FYI, they want you dead, guys. Like, this isn't like illogical or some fallacious fucking thing I'm saying, right? They proved it with Kirk. They proved it with shooting at Trump. They also proved it with 2020, with the riots of 2020, all the riots in the past decade plus now. I mean, they just want you dead. And I'm sorry, but like, I don't like talking to people who want me dead. And yes, I do believe that a very large portion of this country wants me, you, and any normal to far right person dead. Well, far right in their book. I don't know I don't believe far right to me is different compared to everybody else. But I don't know the rules. Honestly. That's why I asked. Well, I didn't really ask them. I asked it earlier before I got to her, but you know what I mean. But yeah, it's just kind of really, it's really disheartening. To watch people try to have this weird psychosis about like what's actually happening in America. Here's what's actually happening, right? All the normal people, all the people, I mean normal from like a basic liberal all the way to the furthest right person ever, who isn't a talking head. What? You can only have frou-frous on your team? With only frou-frous on your team. I thought it said when you have a frou-frous on your team. Well, I'm not doing this then, because I have to build a team of frou-frous, and I don't want to do that right now. Sorry, I just don't. But yeah, the whole, and it's not even like the whole right versus left thing. It's not the issue, man. Like, in my eyes, and in what should be most people's eyes, is that you should protect yourself both, not only a defensive measure, but also with offensive measures. Like, you're no good to anyone if you're just for waiting for something to happen. And I've come to the conclusion, because it's the only conclusion that I can come with that makes any fucking sense to anyone in the world, that the right actually hates themselves. They actually hate themselves enough to let themselves be killed by the left. Because it's going to continue. It's not going to stop. What happened when Charlie Kirk was assassinated? Nothing. How about the attempted assassination on Trump? Nothing. What happened during the 2020 riots? Nothing. I mean, the list goes on. All the riots before then. What happened during the shutdowns? Nothing. Because of COVID? Nothing. Like, it all just equals nothing, guys. Like, it's kind of sad, and I find it funny, because they're like, you're not going to do anything. I was like, why would I do anything? You all want to die. You all want to die. Do you understand that? Like, the way you are acting is precursor to I want to die. Because I'd rather debate or talk to the left who wants me dead, and I don't mean the extreme left either. This isn't like what you would consider extreme left. I'm talking about normal fucking Democrats too, guys. Like, this isn't like rocket science. And like, all these people are like, you're gonna do nothing. I was like, why would I do anything? You want us all to die. Why should I do anything to fix that? You hate yourself so much that you want to die. We get it. Like, honestly. And I'm not trying to be a dick. And I'm not, but that's what it seems like. Trump did nothing after the Kirk assassination. Nothing happened when Trump got in office over his assassination. Nobody did anything over any of these things. Nobody. Nobody. Not government. Not the people. Nobody did a fucking thing on the right. And because of that, we are now going to be in hell. That's what's going to happen. This is exactly what's going to happen. And I'll explain it to you very simply. In the 2028 election, the left, or Democrats will win the election. And why? Because why the fuck not? There's no reason for them not to win the election. What has Trump done besides do half-ass shit this whole time? And not doing anything most of the time. No offense, but I don't really give a fuck about the right at this point. You voted for a Democrat because it's the worst of two evils at this point. You should have just elected Harris to start a civil war. It would have been way easier. But no, instead you'd rather stress and freak out about what the left is saying again. And this is like normal people I'm talking about. I'm not talking about talking heads. I'm not talking about the government officials. I'm talking about normal people. The day in and day out of listening to right-wingers talk about how crazy the left is and like how bad the left is, even though I agree with them, you're not doing anything. So what the fuck should I care about then? You're doing nothing. None of you are. Like, none of you are. None of you are doing anything besides running your fucking mouths. Fucking do something then. Because here's the way I see it. Why should I care what happens? You all want to die. You all can fucking die. That's your problem. Not mine. Because at this point, there's no reason to give a shit. Because this is what's going to happen, right? And this is a very sad reality people don't realize. This is what's going to happen. In 2028, the Democrats are going to win. In 2026, the Democrats are probably going to win. And even if I'm wrong, I don't really care. Because it's only a matter of time before the Democrats do win. And then when they win, guess what's going to happen? Everyone on the right's going to be killed. And or put into camps. Probably killed. All the men will definitely be killed. Just FYI. So all you right-wing men who are doing nothing right now. And no, talking isn't doing something. Sorry. You can sit there and argue with me about it all day. Debating isn't doing anything. None of this is doing anything. As a matter of fact, the only thing that it's doing is showing me that you all want to die. Why should I do anything? Why should I care? Well, if we're all going to die, then we're all going to fucking die. That's on you. Not me. This is what should have happened on the right. In 2020, when the lockdowns happened, we should have literally just started killing everyone. That's what should have happened. And let's just push it to the riots, because what should have happened is normal right-wingers should have been going to every protest and gunning them down. That's what should have fucking happened. That's what should have fucking happened. Sorry, you let this shit propagate for fucking 80 years now? And you guys haven't done fuck all with it? And y'all want to act like, oh, we're doing something about it because we're debating and we're oh, wow, we got our guy elected. Yeah, well, what has he done? He's fucking up on immigration. In my book, by the way. He's fucking up when releasing any kind of files on anything. The economy isn't better yet. And I'm sorry, I just don't care anymore. Like, honestly, I hope all of the right wing gets what they want. They can just keep debating and arguing with leftists as they are killing them, as they are raping their kids and their wives, and bleeding them out slowly. They can just do all that. That's fine. They can do all that. That's the way I feel about the right now. And it's all of them, too. It's all of the right. It's from the Charlie Kirk type people all the way to neo-Nazis. Y'all freak out about neo-Nazis, but neo-Nazis aren't even being violent yet. None of them have. Unless you want to count prison violence. Sure. But honestly, if you want my honest opinion, the right's going to lose. The right's going to lose. They've already lost. The right-wing party in America is nothing but Democrats. Democrat 2.0. They'd rather have a bunch of trans people around than, you know, normal everyday people. A bunch of trans and gays around. Normal everyday people. But hey, I'm the dickhead, right? For pointing it out. I don't get the whole point of the right being like, we need to seek the left's approval. Why would you want the approval of people who want you dead? They're going to kill you anyways. I mean, quite literally. And I don't mean this to be mean. I don't mean this to be, like, fuck you, you're retarded or anything. I literally just mean this in the simplest fucking way possible. They want you dead. And yet you're chatting with them like there should be a reason that we're chatting with them, right? Like, there is no reason, dude. Be honest with yourselves for 5 minutes, guys. Like, honestly. Like, all of anyone who's right, left, center, any of it. Is anything gonna get fixed without dealing with the problem, without dealing with the problems that you see as problems? Like, no, it's that's not how that works. You can hope and pray it gets just magically fixed. I hope and pray every day I magically end up with a fucking $1 million in my account, but that never happens, right? It never fucking happens. It's not going to happen. The only way to get $1 million in my account is if I put $1 million in there. Either through work or, you know, an inheritance or something. I'm trying to think of legal ways that you get money. Either through work or inheritance. That's the only ways, like... Are you really gonna get... I mean, you don't have to do it legally, obviously, but... I'm saying being intelligent and doing it legally. Yeah. I just don't see the point in the right being nice to the left anymore. They shouldn't have been nice to the left for this long. It's been 80 fucking years, guys. Almost 80, 70? Since the end of World War II. They've been treating you like shit. And you seem to not understand they want you dead. They've been doing it for that long, by the way. They really have been. You can sit there and say that's not true. But it is 1,000% true. Sorry. Like, they might say a Diancie. So I get to catch a Diancie? That's random as fuck. For a side mission? Anyways. I mean, this is just the logical conclusion of what the right wants at the moment. The logical conclusion isn't what they say they want, it's that they want to die because they want the left to kill them. Like, all that work that, you know, all these right-wingers done, even Charlie. It's like, oh, all his work's in vain now. You understand that, right? Do you know why it's in vain right now? It's because you'd rather be nice to people than actually deal with the issue. Honestly. Like, that's literally the whole thing. Well, that's a restart. No. Go home. But yeah, the reality in politics in the US today is very simple. And the right refuses to see it. The left sees it and revels in it. And I'm just supposed to sit here like, so what, are we just giving up? Because that's what's going on. You'd rather talk to them. That's all it is. You'd rather talk to them. And like I said, this is no offense to anyone on the right in the sense, like, I think they're bad people. No, I just think they're fucking stupid. Because they are. They're objectively stupid. Sorry. Like, you can say, oh, well, I'm better at this than you. It's like, cool story, bro. I don't talk to people that want me dead. Like, who's the idiot here? Honest question. Who is the fucking moron here? Me, for pointing out, hey, people want you dead, and you're just debating them? For what purpose exactly? None. There is no purpose, right? The purpose is that they hate themselves. That's the only way I can get to this point. And to be honest, if I was it's already bad enough we have enough self-hating white people because of past injustices that had nothing to do with the majority of white people anyways. I hate to tell y'all, but the majority of white people didn't have slaves. That's just known. So just, like, stop acting like that isn't the case. Doesn't matter what race you are, honestly. If you're white, if you're... just gonna break out all the time, huh? That's cool. Just restart every fucking time. But the reality is that in my opinion, the only thing I see from the right is that they want to be killed by the left. That's it. Because being nice is more important than fucking... and just fucking dealing with the problem. And you can say it's extreme, you can say whatever you want about it, I really don't give a shit. But that's the honest truth. I don't understand it. I'll never understand it, because I'm not the person who would talk to someone who would threaten to kill me. I'd probably either kill them or beat the fuck out of them. Because that's all the left's doing right now. Like, it's not rocket science, guys. It just isn't. Like, you make it seem like it's something it is. It's like more complicated when it just fucking isn't, dude. Like, it isn't that complicated. It just isn't. So, like... how many times am I gonna do this? So it's a shiny? That'd be hilarious. But honestly, man, it's kind of crazy to me that I see the right... like, oh, we need to debate more. I was like, dude, the reality is like, you can sit here and tell me what Charlie Kirk would have wanted, but I know for fucking damn sure he did not want you all to die because you'd rather argue. No guy wants that for anyone. So, like, whatever. Everybody just sees it a Fed post. I'm like, yeah, you can keep saying it's a Fed post, bro. But when you're in a gulag or you're fucking dead at the hands of leftists or bleeding out from leftists because you just wanted to be nice, don't come crying to me next time. Like, I don't even care anymore. Like, Charlie Kirk's death right now, I'll tell you right now, and everybody's going to hate this when I say it. Here's the truth of his death. It was in vain. It was in vain. Because you all refuse, and I mean really refuse, to do fucking anything about anything. Honestly. You'd rather just die. And that's my full-hearted opinion. Like, you can sit there and say I'm wrong, but sorry, I haven't seen you attack anybody. I haven't seen you do anything in retaliation. So, there's that. And it's going to continue. And the next Republican who runs for office will have an attempt on his life. And the next big speaker like Charlie will be assassinated. Just like Charlie. And this will go on forever until the left gets all of the power throughout all of the government. And then I'll probably be old by this point in time. But, you know, they're going to kill my son, my grandchildren, their sons, their grandchildren. So, that's what they want. That's what they want. They are just as bad as the left in this regard. The left is a death cult in the sense that they don't want you procreating and they don't want you to have a family lineage at all of any type. It's proven time and time again when they talk about things like redistribution of wealth. It's proven time and time again when they say abortion is good. It's proven time and time again when they let mass immigration happen, both legal and illegal. It's just proven time and time again, dude. They don't want you to live. They want you dead. That's what they want. And that's fine. But don't act like this isn't... The only advice you get at this point is from any of the right-wing talking heads is roll over and die, is essentially what they're saying. And is that mean to say? Sure. Do I care? Fuck no, dude. You all cause this on yourselves. Like, you all just keep losing because you think it's virtuous to fucking lose. That's literally it. You're losing because you think it's virtuous to fucking lose. Essentially. And I'm sorry, I don't want to live in the world where... That's probably, you know, eventually I might even leave the fucking country because this isn't worth my fucking time anymore. It's not worth anyone's time, even now. But there is a slight tinge of chance that you could save it. But once 2030, 2035, 2040 comes around, it's over, dude. If shit's going the way it is right now, the left is still in control right fucking now, man. Oh, there's some deportations. Yeah, there ain't fucking shit for deportations. And I'm gonna be honest to you, leftists. Any leftists that are watching this, later on, if you're lucky, be glad that it's Trump that's in office. That's deporting people. Just be happy about that. Because I'll tell you right now, I've talked to a lot of normal Americans of all races, by the way, and they don't want you deported. They want you out at any means necessary. That includes just killing you and burying and burning your body. This isn't just white people either. So, like, you can call it racism, but the reality is I've heard actual Hispanics say this. I've heard every race say this. I don't care how they get rid of them. Fucking get rid of them. And what that means is they don't care if you kill them. That's what that means. That's the honest fucking truth. Everyone knows it's the truth. But everyone wants to act like this and this and this. And then they're like, well, what about people that have, like, families that are, like, extremely left-wing or whatever? It's like, okay, well, that sucks. But the reality is, dude, your own family wants you fucking dead. If you're right-wing and your family's left-wing, I would reconsider. I would try to find a wife and leave your family as soon as possible. Because they want you fucking dead, dude. And yeah, they'll say, no, we don't, but you do. Mass immigration. No jobs for normal people and people who are from America. That's what that means, right? That's honestly what that fucking means. And everybody's gonna be like, no-uh. Every stupid fucking leftist in existence is gonna be like, no-uh. It's like, well, I mean, it isn't helping Americans who are born here. You wanna know the job market's and shit? You think it's because of the economy? That might be part of it right now. But the reality, the job market's been like shit since 2008 in every fucking sector. And it's never recovered. And it never fucking will. And the reason it won't is because what's happening right now is we're hiring nothing but both legal and illegal immigrants to do the work in this country while Americans fucking rot. That's what's happening. And you just want to let it happen because you're afraid of the consequences of being mean, being violent, being whatever. It's like, dude, well, you already know the consequences of what's happening to you right fucking now. And it's only going to get worse unless you actually do something about it. And talking isn't doing shit. Like, the reality that we live in is so fucking backwards and stupid. Like, everyone blames... Like, look, the left is far more delusional than the right. But the right is also super fucking delusional for thinking that those people want to be nice to you. They're only nice to you to make themselves look good. That's the only reason. They hope you die. What they're thinking in their head right now about you, if you're a normal liberal... a fucking any kind of right wing at all, other than liberal, they want you dead. And look, people can get mad about what I'm saying, but it's the God is on it. It's honest truth. That's the truth, guys. That's the truth you've all been seeking. What is the truth? Oh, the left wants us dead? Okay. And you just kind of let it happen. That's what's happening right now. And they're like, no, it's not. It's like, yeah, it is. That's what's going to happen. What's going to happen is, in 2028, the Dems are going to win. Let's hope they don't win a majority of everywhere. And then they're going to kill us. So, congrats. You made such a great life for everybody. So... that's the real big issue with America, is that both sides are delusional, and the most delusional side is winning. The least delusional side is losing because they don't actually understand what the other delusional side is saying to them because they're too stupid to fucking figure it out. Sorry, they are. They're too fucking dumb. Like, all the right-wing politicians, all the right-wing talking heads, they're all too fucking dumb to realize that talking to these people isn't helping anyone. Not themselves, not me, not you, not your grandparents, not your parents. None of that shit. It's not helping with any of it. And yet they act like it is. It just is, though. No, it isn't doing any of that. You're presupposing that the left are just gonna, be okay with what you're doing and then not try to kill you. Because that's what they want, dude. They want you dead. All their policies are about wanting things dead. All of them. From abortion to immigration to all of it. And you can say the globalists, you can say this or whatever you fuck you want, but the reality is, in America, the issue is the left. It's not, they are like that because of globalists, sure. I'm not saying they aren't. But, you got to get rid of the faction that's going to kill you the fastest, and it's going to be the left, guys. It's not going to be globalist. It's not going to be the globalist stooges. It's going to be the globalist stooges. It's not going to be the actual globalists themselves. They're not going to kill you. They're going to get someone else to fucking do that for them. And yet you seem to think that that's not the case. Well, it already was. I mean, no offense, but... and I hate to say this, but it's the honest truth. All the right-wing talking heads got their buddy Charlie killed. And I know part of it's his own fault. I'm not saying it isn't. That's what happens when you want peace. You want peace, you're going to end up dead. Especially when you're dealing with a faction of a group of people who already want you dead. That's just a fact of life. It's sad. It's sad knowing that my bloodline will end because a bunch of faggots on the right can't just tell you the truth about what's actually going on. It's sad that any of us have to really deal with it. It's disgustingly sad, and they don't care. And the reason they don't care, I mean, there's a good reason for them not to give a shit. It's because they're okay for right now. That's all the reasoning. Like, look, I like these guys. I would hang out with these guys. I'm sure I would drink beer and stuff with these guys, right? A lot of the right-wing talking heads, not all of them. Not Ben Shapiro, but like a lot of them. A good bit of them. Not all of them, but a good bit. I'm gonna tell you right now, though. Problem with them is that they're gonna end up getting you killed. They're gonna get the entire right killed because of this, and it's fine. They can keep doing that. I'm just gonna stay out of it for now on. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna support their presidents. I'm not gonna support them at all until they change, because they obviously just want us dead. So anyone who's center or right of center in America, get ready, because you can blame the entirety of the right for this. And I do blame the entirety of the right, including myself, because I've been saying this for shit since the 2000s, and people are just like, you're fucking crazy. I'm like, I'm not fucking crazy. Watch. And then, it's funny about this, I've had people come to me years later saying, oh, you were right about this. Yeah. Look at what they're saying. That's all you gotta do, is look at what they're saying. Look at the policies they have. Look at the things they do. They want you dead, man. They want you dead. They want you, your kids, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever you may have, your family. They want you all dead. They see you as a defect of the world. They see you nothing more than like a cockroach. Or a bug of some sort. Pick a bug. It doesn't have to be a cockroach. Any bug. It could be any fucking bug. That's how they see you, man. That's how they see you. And you sit there and be like, nuh-uh. Like, yeah, no, that's how they see you, bro. I hate to tell you that. I've been saying it since the 2000s. I mean, I've always thought it, even in like high school and stuff, but I never really gave a shit. Because the reality is, even back then, most leftists were like scrawny little bitches, and like, what the fuck are they gonna do? But when you point out to them that I don't care what you have to say because you're a leftist, now it should be said like that all the time. Like, the right should honestly right now just be like, I don't want to debate anybody. I don't want to even talk to you fucking retards. I mean, that's the way I see it. And, you know, I don't mean to disparage people who are quote-unquote on my side or whatever. Or think like me or whatever, you know. But I can't... You can't keep telling a group of people, a large group of people, inside of America, that they aren't allowed to get violent when violence has been chosen for them. Like, 'cause that's what they're doing, right? They're not... Violence wasn't chosen by the right. You can say it was by whatever measure you want. I don't really give a fuck what you have to say. But the reality is they killed a major talking head on the right. They tried to kill the president, who's quote-unquote on the right. He's just a Democrat, by the way. Anyone claiming fucking he's on the right is insane, dude. It's a total, like... In comparison to who? Like... Yeah, he's right of someone else, but he's just a Democrat. He's just a fucking Democrat, bro. Trump is a Democrat. That's it. He has the same ideology as the other Democrats. I'm not saying Trump wants you dead, because it's true. Not all the people on the left do want you dead, but the vast majority do. And you can sit there and say, well, this isn't true. I'm like, I don't care, dude. They've already proven it to me. Like, they just want you dead, guys. I mean, you want to keep playing with them? Go ahead. But don't come and ask me for help next time. Honestly. Like, just don't. Like, you're useless to me. You were useless to me in 2020. You were useless to me when Trump was shot at. You were useless to me when Charlie Kirk died. And now I'm going to be useless to you. So enjoy that. Because the reality is that if I was to help them, let's say a grand civil war happens. I'm not asking for civil war. I'm just being honest with what's actually going on. A grand civil war happens. I mean, I hate to tell you all this, but the first thing I'm doing, if the right were to win, the first thing I'd be doing is mowing down half the right. Because they got us in this position in the first place. I know that sounds mean. I know that sounds horrible, but they are the reason we are where we are today. And it's not because of Trump. I'm not shitting on Trump on what he's doing. I'm shitting on Trump on what he's not doing. What he has done is fine. But it ain't enough. And it will never be enough. I'd estimate almost a third of this country is not supposed to be here. Or is supposed to. I'm going to estimate a third of this country is immigrants. A third. And some of them aren't, and I don't think any of them should be here because we have enough fucking problems and we don't need them here right now. You blame this generation, but I don't know if you guys remember, like, this generation and what they went through. Millennials. 9/11. This is just from what we can remember the whole time, right? Obviously, there was Desert Storm that the older millennials got to actually see. The mid to younger millennials don't really remember it because, you know, they weren't really watching news or anything. Because they were like, you know, like kids, like 5, 10, shit like this. So, like, probably from, like, 1985 to the end of millennials, they don't really, like, they know the Desert Storm. They probably saw the Desert Storm happening, some of them, who were alive and old enough to realize that that's what was happening. Another Tarantum. Do that later. But the reality is, man, like, everyone just wants to be what the fuck ever. And I'm like, dude, I'm not what the fuck ever about this. Like, and a lot of these guys, and the worst part is, man, the worst part of this is, right, a lot of these guys, what they're actually doing is they're kicking the fucking can down the road for their kids. That's what they're doing. Like, no offense to the right-wingers that have kids, but that's what you're doing. You're kicking it down the road for the next guy. Just like we've been doing with the national debt. Just like we've been doing with all the random fucking bullshit wars we've been in the past 20 since World War II. I mean, dude, that's all you guys are doing. You're pushing it on to the next generation. You're kicking the can down the road. And I hate to tell you this, but you guys don't remember, like, let me explain this to you, man. Everyone bitches about how Americans don't want to do certain work. It's like, no, that's not true. Okay? You want to know why there's no... You know what? There's plenty of Americans inside of, like, native-born Americans inside of construction fields. But, like, do you want to know why there isn't as many as you want? And why people are deciding to just stay at home or be homeless and not work in those jobs? It's because in 2008, this is what actually fucking happened. We know the actual housing bubble issue, right? What caused the crash to begin with, right? But everybody forgets about what happened right after that. You know what happened right after that? All construction companies fired a lot of people. Okay? A lot of people. And when I say a lot of people, I mean a shit ton. My own father included. And he hated that he had to do it. He hated it. Granted, he had a severance package for him and stuff like that. Hopefully get to him to get a new job. Or at least get into another field before they ran out of money. Right? Because we were assuming they were saving money. Tradie guys don't really save money, FYI. Not a lot of them. Some do. But not a lot of them. In America, anyways. But the reality is, man, I feel sorry for the talking heads kids, no matter their age, even if they haven't had a kid yet and they're going to have one in the future. I feel sorry for them, because they're the ones who are actually going to have to deal with this shit. And their grandkids. You want me to battle with a Pikachu? But yeah, like it's and look, I'm not trying to be a dick to these guys. I would actually like these are the kind of guys that I would hang out with normally. Right? This isn't news to me, right? Like these guys I would hang out with. Honestly. But at this point, it's like, oh, I mean, do I want to hang out with you? Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, do I? Because like, from what's going on right now, it just feels like y'all want me to just like, you went up one level? Okay. I don't know what level this kid is, so I gotta get up into at least the 50s. That's fine. I have an alpha too, so. You big boy. Oh, I had to have nobody in my team except for Pikachu. Okay, well, we're gonna move you then to the next open box. Or the next box with enough rows, I guess. Yeah, I'll put you here. But it's really sad to see. Like, I want this shit done before my kid has to deal with it. He's already dealing with it. Like, we got 4 years to get this shit done. How much time we got for me to be happy about it? So, I'm venting. The right always wants to lose because all they want to do is get the approval and get the conversion from left to right. That's literally all they want. They don't want anything the fuck else, honestly. They don't want anything else. Oh, he's like level 66. So I'm going to be doing like 0 damage. Run away, run away. Alright. Alright, you win. I will. I can't believe it's that high, honestly. Guess we're gonna go battle some shit. We also need to teach him some moves, because I didn't really do that. I should have done that. Charm Spark, Nuzzle, Thunder Wave, Thunder Shock, Quick Attack. Iron Tail's good. I forgot he could learn Dig. Do I have Dig? I feel like I have Dig. Do you have Play Rough? That hits pretty hard. Not that it's super effective, but it hits hard. Get rid of Light Screen. That's fucking goddamn worthless. Surf. Nasty Plot. Didn't know you could learn that. Well. His Pikachu knows Dig, and that's not fair. Let's see, I go battle some shit. Let's go to Area 20. Maybe I'll find a cool shiny or something there. But honestly, man, this country's fucked if the right doesn't start fucking doing something. I'm just saying. Is it nice to say that? No, but it is the truth. Do I want to say that? No, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the fucking truth, and I'll argue to the death that it is the truth. Because it is. To death. Because it is. It's the fucking truth, man. It sucks. I'm not happy about the truth. You think I like the truth of that? No. No one with a brain likes that kind of truth. But it is the fucking truth. So get over it. Thunderbolt. Oh, that's a horrible move. I didn't realize he did that. You're still alive, bro? Thank you. And, you know, like I said, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just the honest truth, man. It really is. And it sucks that it's the truth. It really does. Like, I don't want that to be the truth. But they're going to end up getting people killed. More people than what's going on. That's what's going to happen. The right isn't going to do anything besides get people killed. Nobody should take them seriously, just like nobody should take the left seriously. They're both delusional. Honestly, they're both delusional. I forgot you're not a water boy. Oh shit, you're stuck there. And like I said, I'm not exactly trying to be mean, right? Like, I'm not being super nice, don't get me wrong, but... Have him come towards us, buddy. We need to get back up on land. Because, yeah, my long-range attacks are doing damage, but I feel like all my other attacks would do better damage. You're stuck. But, you know. I mean, what am I supposed to do? One dude? Like, what am I supposed to do? You all don't want to participate in this shit. You all just rather die. What is one guy supposed to do? You guys are too worried about what people will think of you. You're too worried about the legal consequences. You're too worried about all that. How am I supposed to take you seriously, though? That's why I don't take any of the political people seriously. I don't take not fucking one of them seriously. And I never will. Just FYI, like I don't take any popular right-winger or left-winger seriously. And it's to their own detriment too, because like I said, these are probably guys I would fucking hang out with, bro. Like honestly, like in real life. But no. We're gonna do stupid shit like tell people they can't do certain things because they said so. Like, nah, dude. That's not how this is gonna work. I hate to tell you that. Like I said, again, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just pointing out something that just is true. Like, uh-oh, that was not good. Okay, well, Gary, should have definitely typed that up better. Maybe I should teach him Surf instead of Thunder Punch or something. No, that's right. He's fainted. You dummy. Okay. But it's just getting old, you know? It's just getting old. You know what I mean? It gets old to sit here and listen to the left complain about the right, and they're just giant pieces of shit, so it doesn't really matter what any of us say to them, so it's fine, you know. Good job, Pikachu. He just used defensive moves that whole time. That was crazy. I just kicking him. But yeah, like, it's pointless at this point to talk to him about it. It's pointless to do any of this shit, honestly, now. And I hate saying that. I really do. I don't like saying that. I don't like saying it's pointless for me to talk to people who I would have thought, you know, like, eventually I could sit there and be like, oh, they have my back. Not that they would automatically off the bat. Not saying that. But, like, eventually, like, if we were friends for a little while, they would have my back. But it seems like that just isn't the case. And it actually really sucks to say that. Like, it sucks. Because I can see myself hanging out with people like Steven Crowder, Andrew Wilson, all that. And like I said, this is not really a repudiation on them specifically. It's everyone on the right. But except for like maybe a few. Because I mean, let's be real, dude. The only thing I ever fucking hear from the right is that, oh, we gotta be nice. Why? Why are we being nice to people who want us dead? Honest question. Like, it's not even a right-left thing. It's like, these people want you dead because you just believe in God. These people want you dead because you believe in a normal fucking family. These people want you dead because you don't believe gays aren't normal people. Like, that's what we're fighting with. We're not fighting with, like, we're not fighting with people who, like, are like, oh, you know, we don't agree, but we can agree to disagree. It's like, that's not what we're fighting with, dude. What planet do you live on? Like, honestly, like, what fucking planet do you live on to where you think we're arguing with people that don't want us dead? I didn't even know you were still here. I wanted that frost last, but that's okay. Shit happens. Anyways. It just makes me annoyed. It makes me agitated. And quite frankly, it has shown me that it has shown me that there is literally 0 people in this country that take their lives seriously. Almost 0. You know? And, you know, does it make me mad? Yeah, it makes me mad. But I should be mad. Like, I honestly should be fucking mad, dude. Like, I shouldn't be being nice to these people either. And it sucks. It sucks to know that you're alone. It sucks to know that your group of people is alone. Whether it be your family, your friends, all that stuff, you're all alone. You're not really like, there is no group effort here. Is like what I'm getting at. And look, I know people are going to be like, well, you could always make, like, friends that are just like you. It's like, yeah, but, like, I thought they were just like me. Right? Like, I thought they were at least similar enough to where it wasn't, like, a huge deal. But apparently, they aren't similar at all. They'd rather just argue with dumb fucking people all the time. And that's the real sad of this. Like, we are literally wasting more time by arguing with these people than we are just saying, fuck it. It's time to just get rid of them. Like, honestly, that's what's going on. Everybody wants to make this, like, huge bold claim that it's this or this or this or that. It's like, dude, no, it's the right literally just being retarded. Like, honest to everything that exists. If you're gonna be honest about any of this, it's the right being stupid and it's the left being stupid, and neither one of them want to be intelligent for 5 seconds. Well, the left is starting to get intelligent because they killed one of us, so they're one of the right. So, and like I said, I don't hate Charlie Kirk, never would have, but it definitely wasn't for my type of worldview. That's for fucking sure. I mean, my worldview is very simple. It's like, you just don't be friends with the people that want you dead. It's not that complicated, bro. Like, they make it seem like it's just like out there idea. It's like, no, I just don't talk to people who want me dead. That's not like a weird thing, bro. Like, that's normal. That's called being fucking normal for 5 minutes. Like, and is it harsh to say? Yeah. It's harsh. It's harsh for me to think, just to think, much less say it, right? Like, I'm not super excited that half the country wants me dead, right? I'm not super excited that, like, the people who I thought would have been intelligent, they're fucking dumber than the other ones who were stupid. And it's all because of their own bullshit. Like, it's not, there's like no actual reason for them to be this stupid. They just are being that stupid. That's literally all it is. And it sucks to say, man. It does. Like, I get it, debate's great and all. I'm not against debate at all. It's just like, dude, what's the point? They want you dead, dude. They don't want you to be alive. They don't want you to be around anymore. Like, what did you think that they wanted? Because it sure as hell wasn't you doing whatever the fuck you want. They've never wanted that. They don't want you debating. They don't want you doing all of that. It's not because... It's not even because, like... And you're gonna say, well, that's because their ideas are bad. It's like, no, that's not why, dude. It's because they're tired of the right. They're done playing games with them. And you guys still want to fucking play games. And it's just really disgusting. Like, it's disgusting all the way around, but it's really disgusting when you've had, what? Two people killed, you know, for this bullshit. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, one was not exactly someone who I would hang out with, but the other ones, like, were. Like, I would hang out with Charlie Kirk. Not my type of worldview, but that doesn't mean He has a horrible one. But then they get mad at you. Like, they get mad at you. They're like, it's like, why are you mad right now, dude? Like, you literally have no reason to be mad except for you just want to be mad. Like, that's all your reasoning is right now. The champ. Let's go. Catch that bastard. Didn't think one of them would be popping up. I didn't even need it to be alpha. It just ended up being that way, which is fine with me. Lucario. Get fucked. It's just really weird watching people essentially accept their death and then at the hands of someone else and then just be like, oh, it's okay. Dude, get the fuck out of here. Like, honestly, this is just the way it feels, man. I know it sounds exaggerated. That's just the way it feels in my book. And maybe some of the things I am saying that should be done are not possible, and that's fine. But the reality is that at that point, you're just admitting that there is no more right wing. You always run, so I don't want you to do that. Like, that's essentially what's going on, right? Like, I'm not being facetious here. Like, there's only two ways this is going about, and it's either A, you do believe that there is supposed to be a right wing, and you're going to support it, and not want to have yourselves killed by leftists. Or B, you're going to admit there's a right wing, and that they're fucking useless to everyone besides leftists. Because at this point, that's the case. Like, that is the case at this point. And like, yeah, you can say, well, it's the right's fault. It is the right's fault. I'm not saying it's not. You can say, well, the left does this and this. It's like, dude, that's just whataboutism. Like, no offense, but you don't win things like this without getting a little violent. That's just the truth. Every single movement in this country has been violent. Every single fucking one. You can go back to the revolution, slavery, all of it, dude. All of it. Just fucking all of it, man. All of it has been done before. This isn't news. America's been pretty violent more times than I can count to themselves for like not even good reasons. Like, we've been violent to ourselves. So like, you're gonna sit there and tell me violence isn't the answer, but you know, every time that happens, the right just loses more ground. The right doesn't do anything. Like, you're asking me to just give up. Which is what you want me to do, and that's fine, I'll give up, but don't come crying to me when the things turn out the way I said they were gonna turn out. Like, just don't do that. Because I'm gonna be very angry with you already. that I'm stuck in this hellhole because you wanted to be stupid and play games. Like, I'm already angry about it. But imagine if, like, let's just say, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen anytime soon. I'm not even going to say it's going to happen. Let's say the left gets control of the whole entire government, including the Supreme Court. Guess what? Why are you doing that? Just do something about, bro. We're gonna get killed doing that shit. But, yeah, it's sad to see. I hate seeing it, too. That's the worst part. Like, I don't want to right to feel like they can't do anything. But that's where we're at. I mean, we can't even talk half the fucking time. The right can't even talk half the time. Not because they don't know how to. I mean, because, like, we're just not allowed to say certain things. We're literally forced into a worldview that we don't agree with. Like, we are, like, the right will never admit this, but the right is literally oppressed in this country. Like, like I said, they'll never fucking admit it. They'll never admit it. They'll never fucking admit it. But the right is actually oppressed in this country. A right-wing Christian can do nothing if a fag moves in next to them. That's just a fact. I forgot your fairy type. That's just a fact. Nothing changes from that fact. You can get mad that it's true. You can get mad at me for pointing it out, but that's the truth. Okay? The truth is that if there was a town of Christians who didn't want fags in their town, they literally have zero recourse. Zero. And it's like, well, you can't affect the rights of other people, but you are affecting the rights of other people. As a matter of fact, you're doing it right now. The people that are telling you that are doing that to you right now. That's what's happening. And they act like they're not. And it's like, and it works. And it's like, how does this work? Like, how is the right that fucking dumb? I mean, it's just in no way as bad as, like, other countries. I'm not saying that. Like, in Britain, if you're Christian, leave. Or start hurting people. That's your option at this point, dude. That is quite literally your option at this point. Either A, start hurting people, or B, fucking leave. Because if you don't, you're just going to end up dead. And it sucks. Yeah, it fucking sucks, bro. It really fucking does. Guys, you're all retarded. You're all fucking retarded. I'm not gonna lie. You're all fucking retarded. I'm done. I'm done with all this. That went into like a retarded spasm of hell. Right there is what that went to. They're never gonna get it. As a matter of fact, most people are never gonna get it. That's just a sad reality, man. And that's fine. I mean, I'd rather be wrong than dead, but you know, what the hell do I know? If I had more electric moves, I could have taken them out way faster. I should just let the, ooh, a chikorita. It's just crazy denial. That's where I'm at. Like not that I have crazy denial. It's just crazy denial. That's all it is. Like it's delusional denial. It's delusional too. It is very delusional. And it's sad that it's that way. It really is. It sucks. Like I don't want to be like that. I don't. But alright, I'm gonna go check on my laundry real quick. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a short break and I'll be catching more Pokemon and doing silly shit, so. Shall return. Sorry, guys, I had to hang up some stuff to dry. And I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I had a hard time finding enough coat hangers for my flannels, funny enough. Although I have them all. Oh, one broke, that's why. One broke at some point in time. I don't know how, but it did. And, sorry for the late delay. Let's talk about some fun shit, though. So, did you guys see Bam Margera's Zero Decks? That was pretty cool. Oh, that was interesting. He's got a Zero Deck. I don't know if he's sponsored by them, but... No. Dude, just show me the fucking pictures, damn it. I'm not logging into that. Sorry. Sorry guys, I'm looking for it. I'm just being silly. When you wish you were signed to Instagram, but you don't care enough to sign to Instagram, right? What about Zero Skateboards? We'll just go to Zero Skateboards. I don't know what the website is. It's zeroskateboards.com. What a great guess I would have had. What are they doing with this? Here we go, and they're making some BAM merch too, in general. Let me see these things. Alright, so I shall share the screen with you. Share. So as you can see, you got the BAM Zero logo. BAM word on Zero logo. And then the heartogram. What's with the new heartogram? He changed it with like swans or ducks or something? Geese? Weird. Maybe what's his name? They're sold out already. That's funny. Not bad. Cool. I like the not a huge fan of BAM's new heartogram thing, but you know. It is what it is. Not gonna shit on it. Man, like, I know, like, people have made some points about talking about that kind of, like, TV and stuff, but it's like, and you know, I was sitting there thinking about this, but, like, and people who are bringing this up the most, I've noticed recently, was skaters who were around at that time, right? I'm gonna tell you right now, dude, if it wasn't for Bam Margera, right? Tony Hawk had a huge role too, but I think the biggest role, especially in suburbia, was Bam Margera, and I'll tell you why. Every emo alt fucking girl had a Bam Margera deck, had a Bam Margera hoodie on their wall, had a Bam Margera hoodie, and at least one Bam Margera t-shirt in the early 2000s. All of them. All, unless they were a little bit younger. Early middle school, probably not. If you were emo, if you were punk, if you were at the time, I'm not saying that's what it stands for, right? This caramel was melted. Anyways. If you were alt in almost any way besides maybe goth, even goths had their stuff. It was usually not. It was usually like a deck or something. But man, and I feel bad for skaters now because when I started skating, it wasn't the thing everyone liked, right? Like guys liked it. Guys always liked it, but girls didn't give a fuck about skateboarding. At all. And then when Jackass and Viva La Bam and all that shit started coming out, right? Check it out. Every alt girl that saw wanted to date a skater. It was so easy to get alt girls back then. Not all of them, obviously, not all of them, but a very large majority of them. From about the time of 2003 to about 2007. If you were in high school and you skated, very easy to get dates with alt girls. All of them, too. Goths, punks. Not that punk. Most punk girls aren't attractive, though. I have to admit that. Sorry, punk girls. There's some out there. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not shitting on all the punk girls out there, but a lot of them, they're not attractive. Sorry, you're just not. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not saying you're bad people. And now, well, now even, I mean, even in the later stages of emo and stuff, see, emo girls used to be attractive because it would just be like girls with straight hair and like, it was dyed like either, it was either blonde with like, blonde and black or black and blonde, or like a random color that was lighter than black and black. That's literally what it was. That's what the hair colors were, usually. Sometimes red, sometimes blue, very rarely green, but they did do that from time to time. Green just doesn't look good, though. Green hair never looked good. Because after like the first day, it just starts looking like there's mold in your hair. No offense to the girls who dye their hair green. Now, maybe a certain green. I'm talking about like green. Like regular ass fucking green to like neon green. That kind of shit. Not just, Yeah, I'm going to do a different side mission for now. I will have Pikachu along with me, though, to level up. Why'd I do that? Alright. What was this side mission? I picked up a few side missions here that I'm not doing yet. I'll be doing them later, but... yeah, man, it was fun. If you weren't around for the 2000s, it was a very fun time. So was the 90s. The 90s were very fun. I only really got to really experience like the late 90s. Like obviously I was old enough to experience like childhood, but I was in middle school in what, 98? So you probably aren't super aware of like pop culture until you're about 8. Like unless you're just like, you know, raised in it or whatever. But honestly, like, you're never really aware of pop culture until about, you know, you get a little bit older. Like, you know some stuff, right? I'm not saying you don't know anything. No pop culture. Just, you know. Just not the kind of pop culture we're talking about. And the times were way different. Like, if I compare 2025 to the 90s, and I don't mean this in like scientific or technological standards or whatever. I'm just talking about the overall the overall world's feeling. Besides some, you know, other countries that are like third world and stuff. I'm talking about like the West as a whole. The 90s and the 2000s felt like, you know, things are awesome and they're just going to get better. And that just isn't the case, unfortunately. I hate it. I hate it so much. Do I have those? Hopefully I have enough. 20 cherry berries, 5 tomato berries, and 5 octoberries. However you say Occo berries. However the fuck you say it. I might have all of them. Not that I actually know, because I don't look at my berries. I probably have enough cherry berries, yeah. What was the other one? I forget. I do have those. I should have enough for those. I think there's 5. I forget what the other one was. Tomato berries. Yeah, I have enough. Tomato berries. But yeah, man, the world was so hopeful when I was a kid, and like, even in my early adulthood. Like, the late 2000s, like, yeah, we had the 2008 thing, but we were like, you know, we were super excited about the world still. About, like, what was going to happen in the future. The only really setback was, in that aspect, would have been Obama's campaigns. And it's not Obama himself. I mean, he did cause a lot of problems. But every president does, so it's not really that big of a deal. Not that I liked him or anything. I'm not sticking up for him or nothing. It's just... when it started getting real bad was the, say, around 2013. But you started seeing the beginnings in the first run for Obama was running for office. The people who you're like, I mean, I lost friends over it, dude. Because I'm just like, dude, I don't agree with him on stuff. That's the only reason I'm not voting for him. And then they just call you racist. And it's like, well, okay, whatever. I don't really... I shouldn't care. But at the same time, it's like, dude, I didn't intentionally go out to lose friends, right? Like, my friends would be talking, they'd be like, who are you voting for? And I'd be like, probably myself. And they're like, why? I was like, 'cause I don't like anyone running. And they're like, what's wrong with Obama? And I'd be like, I don't agree with him on anything? Really? Yeah. That's about it. They're like, oh, it's just because he's black. I'm like, no, if it was because he was black, I would have said it was because he was black. So yeah, there's that. But, you know, I lost some friends over that. Mostly during the second run. The first one wasn't so bad with me and my friends. Me and my friends just... I don't think a lot of us cared about any politics at the time. Our politics were this simple. The government sucks. And it still does, but... the biggest problem I always had... I mean, I lost friends over the second running of Obama because they're like, you're just a racist. It's like, I'm not. Okay, whatever, dude. Like, I mean, if that's what you honestly think, then whatever. Like, I just don't care anymore. Like, at this point, I mean, and this has been going on since the first Obama run. Like, people calling people racist because they just don't agree with someone who happens to be of a different race. And it got really old really fast. I don't know if y'all realize that. But, yeah. Really fast. I can only buy 13? Oh, I'm selling. I want to buy. I should go to the Ball Emporium and get, like, a whole bunch of them. A bunch of different ones. But yeah, this all really started when Obama was running for office. And... like, when you started seeing how bad it's going to get... and, you know, we kind of ignored it because we were like, it's just people being Spurgs, right? Well, the Spurgs won. I hate to tell you. It sucks, but it's the truth. I don't care that Obama won. I'm talking about they won the quote-unquote argument according to themselves. So... you know how it goes. But no, yeah, this kind of stuff started happening around Obama's time. I mean, it's always been going on, but it really started ramping up during Obama's second campaign. Like, it started ramping up in his first, but his second campaign is when it started really hitting hard. Like, I lost friends. I know friends who have lost friends. And it was mostly people who voted for Obama versus people who just didn't agree with Obama. Didn't even necessarily vote. So, And it's sad to watch a bunch of people be like, oh, well, be retard. You know what I mean? It sucks to watch your people that you know become retards because they're like, they want to be like, oh, well, I'm super cool because I voted for a black dude. It's like, that doesn't really make you cool, but okay. And I've never been for the white guilt shit. Like, do you feel bad about slavery? No. Why? I didn't own slaves. Why would I feel bad about something I didn't partake in? That's like feeling bad about, you know, like feeling guilt for 9/11. It's like, I didn't cause 9/11. Like, what are you talking about? The whole white guilt thing's over, though, man. I don't think people are really realize. I think we're only gonna have a couple more years of anyone talking about any kind of white guilt, just in general, man. Because it's insane, dude. Like, to sit there and think that, like, people want me to feel guilty for things I don't even think my own family, my own ancestors did. To my knowledge, they didn't. We've only had one person here since the founding of the country, and they were too. All my family was too poor to own a slave. They couldn't afford to buy one. Not saying that, you know, makes them better. What I'm saying is, like, we didn't, like, my blood, to my knowledge, because, you know, to my knowledge, my bloodline didn't participate in that shit. Now, maybe there is someone in my bloodline that did, and I don't know it because it's like a bajillion years ago. But, like, it definitely wasn't during the time frame of America's existence. Like, well, you're both getting caught. Because I do need another fur-fur. Man, just use waterfall. Damn, I fucked him up. What are you using a fur-fur? I guess whatever you want, since it is a normal type. My second alpha fur-fur. I'm gonna get all alpha fur-furs and fuck people up. Get that fur-fur shit up. What are you doing, little bud? Look at you. Aren't you silly? I should call that one Chikorita, though. Or did I? I don't remember if I did or not. I'm eventually going to be getting the whole Pokedex. So. Like, a whole living dex. I also want to do a whole Alpha Dex if it'll let me. This Gary will be by my side the whole time, though. He was not leaving. I already have an Alpha Gary anyways, but... yeah, man, honestly, it's time to... you know, move on from, for the right to move on from, being nice to the left. And, look, I'm not saying the 2000s was perfect. I'm not even saying the 90s was perfect. There's plenty of issues. But ever since that time frame, man, nothing's been the same. The only reason it was really great is because people were arguing about small shit. You know what I mean? Now we're like, oh, we need socialism. Like, there were some agreements back then on what was best for the America, but now there just isn't anything. Like, I don't want to be like, it sucks because it really sucks because when you sit there and think about it, it's like the friends that you lost over time just from distance or whatever. It's like, I wonder what they're doing. I wonder what their thought process is. I wonder what is going on with them, right? You think about it for a little bit. And you kind of like, you kind of want to know. But then you're like, you know what? I don't. And I know it sounds like a cop-out. But I'd rather have my memories of that friend who, you know, we just lost contact because of distance or whatever it may be, right? And remember them for the fun times that we had together, then find out there's some raging lunatic, leftist, or even worse, like, or just as bad as part of the right that I was been talking about tonight. Like, look, man, I get it. Violence sucks, but it works. Obviously, it does. I still think it's the only reason Biden got elected. Was because of the 2020 riots. I'm dead honest. I think that's exactly the reason why. I think they all voted for Biden so the rioting would stop. In the cities where there were riots held. And I'm dead serious about that too. Like, I actually think that. And you'll never change my mind on it. And that's the sad part, right? Like, the sad part is you can't change my mind anymore. Like, you just can't. Like, I don't care, you know, I've never, like, Trump seemed promising in 2016, right? That's what, I voted for him then. I voted for him again to piss off liberals, and because he didn't do a good enough job the first time. And then I did it again to piss off liberals. I was hoping he would be elected the second in 2020. But he wasn't, so then I voted for him for a third time to, you guessed it, piss off the libs. If there's anything I hate more than, you know. I give up, dude. Don't let me get onto it, so I don't even know why I use crunch. So I fainted it, though. What level is this? What level are you guys? I don't even look. You're 56. I'm also using Gary, so that's not really fair. This Gary will always be on my team, though, so don't get it construed. All right. Am I just not gonna be able to sneak up on people? Oh, you want to go that route, huh? Run away, Gary. Run away. But yeah, like, man, I miss it. And like, everybody's gonna be like, well, it's nostalgia. I'm like, it's not nostalgia, dude. It's like, honestly, like, the world was just a better place back then, as a whole. And I know that sounds like a cheesy line or whatever, but I mean, I think a lot of the problems that we're having is the smartphone. A lot of the problems that we're having is the fact that feminism is rampant. Not all of it. These are all like combining, right? Like, these are all combining issues. This isn't like, oh, it's because of feminism. It's because of this. It's because, no. It's a bunch of issues. Feminism, leftism as a whole in general. Like, so any ideology that would be considered left-wing in the standard of what is left-wing and right-wing in today's society, which in today's in the U.S. society, not the world's. I don't believe in, I don't believe in one country following a standard, that doesn't fucking matter. It wasn't super effective. It wasn't super effective at all. I don't think I have anything super effective for you. That was super effective apparently. Flying. Or it wasn't. Whatever. But yeah, man, like, when I explained this stuff to my son, and he's like, dude, why is the world so messed up now? I'm like, do you want a real answer, or do you want just an answer? And he's like, I mean, a real one would be nice. I'm like, yeah, life, a lot of things in life would be nice. Canceled on my attack, because she's a fucking dumb cunt. She turned around. I don't want any of these challenges except for the super effective move ones, but I also gotta find Pokemon that are super effective, that have super effective move. That Gary and my other Pokemon are super effective against. I've only come across a couple so far. So. And it's way easier than the drowsy Pokemon, because I don't have anything. Even normal moves are easier, and I don't even think any of my Pokemon have a normal move. Honestly. But nah, my son looks at it today. I think the biggest problem, and the biggest problem, man, I'm gonna be honest, the biggest problem with today's BS isn't that, like, it isn't that, it's not that, kids today, especially Gen Z and Gen Alpha, later Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they see stuff from the 2000s, whether it be on YouTube or, you know, something like that. You know what I mean? Nothing sketchy. Or, you know, their uncles or aunts or whatever. You know. Like, prime example, my son sees videos and pictures of us from when we were kids in high school. He's very angry at what he could have had, right? Like, he's super angry about it. Like, because he's essentially just me, right? Like, he's just me in a younger generation. And you can see it in his face every once in a while. He gets super angry about the way the world is today. And he's like, why did this happen to my generation, essentially? And I don't want to be mean. And I was like, well, part of it was, it depends on who you ask and stuff like this. Part of it was my generation. Part of it was Gen X. Part of it was boomers. Most of it's boomers, though. We'll say that. But honestly, dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think there was a legitimate way that we would have, you would have been, living this kind of life. Living that kind of life. Unfortunately. It sucks, man. It really does suck to do that to my son. Like, to tell him, hey, dude, I don't think there was ever a way you could have lived the life that we lived. With knowing what happened within the past 20 years. Like, after 2008, everything got really shitty. Right? Everything got really shitty after 2008. I mean, really shitty. It took a while. It wasn't instant. It's not like 2008 was... 2008, unless you were working construction, you didn't get really hit that hard. Honestly. Like, if you want my honest opinion about 2008, that is my honest opinion about 2008. And people don't want to hear it, though. And everybody's like, well, it's just nostalgia. You just think it was great. I'm like, no, it was objectively, like... People were happier. Just in general. like, I don't know, man. If you're a young kid and you weren't around in the 2000s, like, I mean, even like some of the kids that I talk to, or some of the younger guys at work I talk to, you know, they're like 20, 18, shit like that. They were born in the 2000s or like really late 90s. They're like, I don't know, man. I was just a kid. I was like, yeah, that's the problem. You guys were just kids at the time, and you don't remember any of this, and it sucks for you. In comparison, like my childhood was fucking awesome compared to yours. I can tell you that right now. Right? Like I can objectively say that. And, you know, people will blame it on weak millennials. People will blame it on whatever. It's like, dude, weak men or whatever. It's like, dude, most of the stuff you're talking about, right? Like, when people bring up weak men, I laugh. Like, I actually laugh at them. Because it's not weak men, dude. It's far worse than weak men. You think it's bad because it's weak men. When the reality is so much worse. Like, tenfold worse. Like, so bad that it's... You don't even understand how bad it is, right? That's how bad it is. Really, Lakar? You just ran off the fucking edge like an idiot? Like, I tell them all the time, like, guys, you don't even understand. Like, yeah, you were kids then, but you don't even understand, like, the shit. Like, you can't do the shit we used to be able to do. Like, you objectively can't. I know I'm probably not going to get any of these done, but we're going to try. Not saying I'm going to succeed, but we're going to try. Asterix. Dude. Fucking hit him. But yeah, man, it just sucks to see my son look at everything and be like, this is all fucking gay and stupid. I'm like, yeah. I'm with you on that, buddy. I get it. And I can see why, like, people are essentially giving up. Like, they really are. It sucks. But men have given up on everything because the past, especially the past decade has been very harsh on men for literally no reason. They cause this, they cause that. I was like, yeah, they also do this and do that. So, like, yeah, they may be the cause of some of the problems in the world, but they're definitely the fucking fixers, too. No offense to women out there, but I don't see you all doing shit men do. And to be honest, your whole idea of feminism is just a joke anyway, so... Like, feminism is a joke to most men. Like, you don't realize this. Like, most men don't give a fuck about feminism. They don't care about it. They don't do anything about it, right? Like, they don't think about it at all. And the reason they don't is a very good reason, just FYI. It's not like it's a bad reason they don't give a shit. Honestly, because it's not. It's not a bad reason. It's a great reason they don't care. Actually. Like, the fact that I have to say that to people is insane to me. don't know where Scrafty went, but... Dude, why can't I lock onto him? This is getting stupid with these Pokemon running around like idiots all the time. Honestly. And it's just not political stuff either. Don't let it think it's just political stuff. I mean, the reason America is in the spot it's in right now, and everybody wants to say it's like, oh, it's this one. No, it's literally the entire, like, it's not just like the left's fault. It's the right's fault. It's the government's fault. It's every political part's fault for selling out the country. Like, if you want to act like the left had no dealings with that, it's like, no, you guys caused most of that. Because in no world is the right-wing idea is to send all manufacturing overseas. That's just like crazy speak from people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And like the idea that manufacturing is never coming back, it's not. If we keep going the route we're going, it's not going to come back. So, yeah, it's never going to come back because you all don't want it to. That's really what it comes down to, man. Honestly, that's what it comes down to. These people don't want it to come back. Why? I don't know their actual reasoning because I don't think they actually have real reasoning. If you want my honest opinion on it, but I mean. Dude, just the thought of like, oh, you're not out of work anymore. Essentially, that's what they're telling you. Like, that's why I say the left, like, the left is quite literally a death cult. They bitch about not having jobs here, but then when you say, well, when we bring back manufacturing, they turn around and say, well, nobody wants to do those jobs. It's like, no, there's plenty of people who want to do those jobs. They just don't exist. And when I say manufacturing, I mean actually manufacturing, not assembly. Okay? The left and the right and the job, quote-unquote, market and economists, everybody considers the assembly we do to things as manufacturing. We don't make shit here. And that's a problem. Like, that's an actual issue that people don't want to act like it isn't. And it's like, no, that's been a problem since they started doing it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is an actual problem. But nobody cares. Why would they? Like, honestly, why would they give a shit? No, it's because they don't want to do that job. No, no one wants to be a maid. Correct. Like, I'll give you that. That's not a manufacturing job, though. Okay. Yeah, nobody wants to be a maid because they want to make more money than being a maid. That's why. They make it seem like, oh, no one wants to do that job because they're lazy or whatever. It's like, nah, dudes. It's strictly because nobody wants to get paid that low of a wage. Excuse me? Gary, get ready. There's two very large Pokemon over here that I really want, and one of them is Dragonite. I have a Dragonite, but I want this Dragonite because it's an alpha boy. Back up, Flareon. I'll get to you momentarily. Yeah, Flareon was a new one. Haven't gotten a Flareon yet. I got a Glaceon earlier, which is nice. I already have a Jolteon, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, it's gonna get real sad real quick, and it's gonna be really in the next like 10 years. It's gonna be real bad. I don't know how bad it's gonna get, but like people like this is what happens when we kick down the can down the road for so long, man. Like everybody wants to blame everybody. It's like no, it's all of your fault. Every single fucking one of you. It's the left and the right. And the libertarians and whoever else you want to, whatever other political affiliation you want to talk about. Like that's just the way it is, dude. Like you could blame you're better off blaming specific people and not just like random ass people. You know what I mean? Like that just isn't going to help you any. It isn't. Because you're going to try to blame it on one side, but all of you did it. Like, all of the sides did it. All of them. All of them did it. It wasn't just the left. It wasn't just the Democrats. It just wasn't just the Republicans. It was both of them. Like, and everybody's going to be like, no, like, yeah, it was, dude. All of them, like, someone was sitting there trying to tell me that, like, Democrats didn't help move jobs overseas. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Well, they were against it. It's like, were they? Because they voted for it. And when you pull up the votes for that kind of stuff, right? Like, that would relate to that kind of stuff. So, like, no tariffs for certain things. No, like, with different trade agreements and shit. They voted for it. So they all were doing it. I mean, to be fair, I'm going to be honest, the Republican Party hasn't really been that right-wing in a long time. Since I've been alive, at least. But it's just worse now. It was libertarian for a while, which was fine, but, like, now it's just, like, I don't even want to be considered, like, a Republican. Like, at all. I'm really not, because I don't believe in the term republicanism, because it's just a liberal. It's the right wing of liberalism. It's like I don't care about that. Sorry, I just don't. You can get mad at me for it. I just don't give a shit. Which means it's a left-wing party, because liberalism itself is left-wing, inherently. People are now trying to argue that's not true. It's like, dude, that's always been true. What are you talking about? That's why I don't believe in the Overton window. The Overton window just shows you how much of a liberal you are. That's all it shows you. Or an authoritarian you are. And whether you're a progressive or just, you know, like a quote-unquote, I guess a conservative, but I wouldn't call it conservative. I don't even, like, think that's a real... I don't think it's correct at all in any way, shape, or form. Like, the whole Overton window thing is just wrong. It's not correct in any sense of the word correct. And it kind of sucks, because it's like, I know what they were trying to do. They weren't really trying to, like... They were trying to measure something that isn't easily measured. And it's based on psychology and, like, your actual thoughts on things. And it's like, well, psychology is not a real science, so there's that. That's an issue in itself. And nobody wants to talk about. Ever. They never want to talk about that. What's wrong with psychology? It literally can't replicate itself. Not only can it not replicate itself, it doesn't replicate itself. The findings that you find in psychology are like, you can't replicate them. Well, it's different for everyone. It's like, yeah, that means it can't be replicated. That's what that means, right? So, saying, oh, but it's not just about this. It's like, yeah, I know, that's part of the problem, bro. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not trying to be mean, but like, well, all medicine's like that. No, not all medicine is like that. Actually, most medicine isn't like that. There's a lot of medicine that's like that because it's stuff we haven't done or tried yet. But it isn't even the vast majority of medicine. It's very rare use cases. My brother being one of them. So like, I actually know like a little bit more about this than you do. Not a shit ton. I'm not a doctor or anything, but like, I'm not claiming to be either. But like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell me that like, oh, this is normal. No, it's not, dude. Well, medicine isn't always replicable. Yeah. Correct. But there's a lot of stuff in medicine that is replicable. Like the vast majority of it. The vast majority of medicine is that way. Not all of it. Not... But see, they also don't understand what science is. Science isn't really like a thing. It's a method. Science, they just call it science because that's what we use to get to the thing, right? Like, but really, science is just the act of using the scientific method for whatever you may be using it for. You can use scientific method for everything. Most things. In objective reality, let me rephrase that. And by objective reality, I mean things that are real, like buildings and things like that. You know, or trees or whatever. You know, so that's like real in the real world, not social constructs. People don't even understand social constructs. That's crazy to me. Like, you don't know what is like real and not real. Like, that's insanity to me. Because social constructs aren't real. All right, that's just a reality. Like, people can sit there and say, "Oh, they are real." It's like, no, they're not, dude. They're not real. Social constructs are things that wouldn't exist if someone didn't think about them, or there wasn't a certain thing going on in that area, right? Like, a social construct, like, for instance, I'll give you a prime example. The other day, I see this on Twitter a lot, and I'm thinking about quitting Twitter because of it, but, I mean, I see it so much from everyone, mostly from the left, though, but I see it on the right, too. I'll give you a prime example. The other day, this idiot, this one happened to be leftist, I asked, he said, someone said something about universities being a social construct, because they are. Like, universities, like colleges, are social constructs. What makes a university objective reality? You can't say the building, because if the stuff that a university does wasn't going on inside of the in that building, wouldn't be considered a university. So if you turn a university into a factory, is it still a university? No. Everyone knows that. It's called a social contract. The term university, what we use it for, is a social construct. Now, what a university is a building where people teach, research, and learn inside of said building, and the building is purposely built for that. Like, but you can convert anything, right? Like the idea that you can't convert a university into a shopping mall is insane. Like, you can do that. It's not hard. It's actually probably the least hard thing you'll ever find. Honestly. It kind of sucks. Like, for instance, I'll give you a prime example of what was a mental hospital, right? Like, a mental hospital is a social construct. It's what you do inside the building that matters. God damn it, I wish I would have caught that. That fucking sucks. But I already have one of those, though. He is a higher level, probably. Like a hospital itself is a social construct, like the idea of a hospital. But you could easily gut that and use it for something else and not have the medical stuff in there, and it's not a hospital anymore, right? Like, it's that simple. Schools are a social construct. What makes a school? It's just a building where people learn, right? Where people teach and learn and study things. So, that's a social construct. It's what's absent the mind. So, like, what exists absent the mind? Like, so if you go out front, right, and you see a bird, right? Let's just say, a bird that is natural to where you live. Specifically because there's a lot of, like, invasive species stuff and whatnot. But a natural bird, a bird natural to where you live. That isn't a social construct. We call it as a social construct, but not what it is. It is a bird. It's just something we describe it as. That's another thing. Like, so I always come across these people. They always say that too. A lot of people say this too, and it's kind of crazy to me that people say this. And I'll tell you why it's crazy for me. To hear this. Because, and most of the time, it's people on the left who say this. I've heard a few people on the right say it, but not really. And the reason they don't say it is because it throws out a very large works by very many scientists. And literally it throws it out the door. Like the idea itself throws out all of science based on this thing. So, I hear people say a lot, time is a social construct. I'm like, it's not, though. And you can see this easily if you live somewhere where there are deer or just wildlife in general. But deer are the easiest to see, right? I'm gonna be honest, deer are the easiest to see because they're everywhere, right? They're not specific to one region of the world. If you ever watch deer, or even mammals like deer, they go out at specific times of day. So they say, people will say time is a social construct. This is a huge leftist thing. Time is a social construct. It's like, no. Unless you're admitting that science is wrong, and we're not to believe the science behind it. Which that may be true, because it is all just theory. But, at this point, though, you're throwing a lot of works of scientists out the window. And they're like, no, I'm not. I'm like, yes, you are. You're saying time is a social construct. You do understand the basis for Einstein's theory of relativity is based on time being a thing. It may not be a visual thing. There's lots of things that we don't see that are not social constructs, that are objective. But, like, you're literally saying that you're literally, right now, what you're saying is that since it is a social construct, if I was to believe what you were saying, right, you're telling me that all of Einstein's theory of relativity, all of the quantum physics that have been going on for the past few decades are all wrong. They're all wrong. There's nothing right about them. Not from Einstein, not from anybody, not from any scientist that exists today. That's what you're actually saying. And they're like, nah, what I'm saying is, like, the times we said, it's like, no, dude, you said time itself was a social construct. Well, we named time as a social construct, I'll give you that, but, like, according to at least very much when it comes to space, time is a real thing. But he also, that's when people are like, well, that's not, though, because we used to think the sun, we were the center of the universe. I was like, well, maybe large swaths of the population believe that, but I don't know if everybody believed that. As a matter of fact, I don't think most people throughout history were even smart enough to make that dictation, right? And it's nothing against them. It's just the way it is, you know? including myself. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say time's a social construct. But, or, you know, especially at the time back in the day, like, we're supposed to believe that everybody was stupid. It's like, dude, most of the stuff you're talking about started way back, like, in Roman times. And, like, Egyptian times. And, like, Mesopotamia times. What are you talking about? And like, well, that's when science started. I'm like, maybe? Like, if you want to call it science, sure, I'll call it science. It's fine. But, like, I don't know if they were using the scientific method itself. Like, but, like, people have a very big misconstruction of what science actually is. And, like, a lot of the stuff, and I tell them, a lot of the stuff you learn in high school is not from recent times. It's not. Like a lot of the science that you learn in school isn't from recent times. It's the foundations of science. So, like, you're talking about something that was developed you know, forever ago. Like, during, like, Roman times and shit. Like, that stuff has been going on forever. This isn't a new thing. Like, they make it sound like it is a new thing. They make it sound like it's, like, from, like, the 1900. Like 1900, the year 1900. It's not. Science has existed for a very long time. Shit, dude, there were people in Rome and earlier empires that were thinking about atoms, like, and they couldn't see them, but they believed that the world was built out of small particles or small, really tiny substances all conglomerated together. Now, it was just a theory then, and it was proven right eventually, but yeah, dude, most people don't really understand the history itself, much less the history of science. And I know a lot of guys who went to school for that, like, literally the history of, like, they studied the history of science. That's what they do. You know, that's not what they do now. Most of them are just living normal lives, doing normal shit. But that was, like, you know, a minor or something like that. It wasn't like it was a major thing. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off because I need to take a shower and shit. And it's 9:30, so. But have a good night, everybody, and I will see you all later. I'll be on tomorrow. Or no, I won't be. I won't be on tomorrow. Oh, if I am, it'd be late. But I don't think I'm going to be. I think I'm just going to come home and go to bed. See, the reason I don't do this on Thursdays, because I'm usually hanging out with my son. And, you know, it's not fun to rush everything. So, it's one thing when it's on my own time. But, like, I'm not rushing shit with my son. I'm going to hang out with him and do what I'm supposed to do as dad. Before I stream. And that's why I don't do it on Thursdays. Fridays, I'll do it here and there. Saturdays, I'll do it here and there. Fridays, no. Unless there's, like, a real big reason for me to, like, and it had to be a pretty big reason. Like, I'm not saying, like, anything of, like, small sorts. Like, it has to be a big ass reason. New game. I'm on vacation, so, you know, I've seen my son all week or something like that. Things like that. Or that I don't work, or that I, you know, work for myself, and my son's not here. Like, I'll probably end up doing some Saturdays. My son's not here and stuff, you know, because I'm bored. You know, people get bored, so. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night, jump off. I probably should have did that the weekend that he wasn't here in November, but I was kind of busy doing stuff. Setting stuff up and stuff. So, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Hit the share, like, subscribe, follow buttons. I will be back on the latest Sunday night. at 7. The earliest, maybe Saturday, but we'll see. Peace out.